Hey guys, Captain Rush here with Local Knowledge, and I have a quick Mercury cook your catch recipe for you today. Today we're going to cook a mutton snapper on the half shell. The ingredient list is a little bit of olive oil, some Old Bay, some garlic powder, black pepper, a little bit of seasoning salt, some onions, and a lemon. Very simple. And the key to this recipe is we're gonna leave the skin on. You're gonna use that skin as a heat barrier. That's gonna go skin side down on the grill and keep it nice and moist. When you're doing snapper on the half shell, it's really simple. You actually lose a step because you don't have to skin the fish. The key to this recipe is big scaled fish. Mutton snapper, mangrove snapper are all great. You're not gonna scale these fish. It's one more layer of defense against the heat. When you do serve this, you're gonna take your fork or your spatula and this meat is gonna come right off of this skin. The only thing I recommend is removing the pin bone. It's a little tough because you still have the skin on there, but if you could just get in there with the knife, you just cut underneath it a little bit and score it, it pulls right out of there. Nobody likes bones in their fish fillets. You don't want it in this recipe either. Whenever you're cooking any kind of fish, I don't care what the recipe calls for, you really want to make sure your fish is dry. So I really pat it down with some paper towels, really good. Nice and dry there, ready for my ingredients to be placed on it. We're gonna start with a little olive oil, and I'm gonna spread it all over the fish. There's no reason to put a lot on there because a little bit goes a long way. Make sure it coats the fish evenly. We're just gonna take our spices and start adding them. I'm gonna start with some Old Bay here. Now we're gonna add our next spice, which is our garlic powder. Sprinkling it on here. Black pepper. Our final ingredient is gonna be a little bit of seasoning salt. I like to just take my brush again, and that just helps move everything around and get a nice even coat. These fillets now are ready for the grill. All right guys, here we are at our grill. We are at a perfect temperature at about 375. The beauty of this recipe is you really can't mess it up because you have the skin on the fish. It's acting like a heat barrier. We're just gonna lay our fish down on the grill, skin side down. You're never gonna flip it, you're never gonna turn it over. You're just gonna cook it skin side down for the entire time. This 1 6-pound mutton snapper is plenty for my family of 4 here. Now, depending on how you like your onions, I like mine a little crunchier, so I don't cook them very long at all. Just kind of flash them really quick. Quick tip, when you come out and you check your fish, you find the thickest part of the fillet here. And all you're gonna do is take the end of your spatula, give it the poke test. If you could poke it and push down and that spatula cuts right through that fish, you know your fish is done. All right guys, here you have it. You can garnish it with whatever you want. I like to put a little onions on mine. My daughter, she doesn't like onions, so I'll just do it on one of them. I also like to put a little lemon. Gives a nice little flavor. I like a nice side of white rice and a salad to go with this meal. This is a staple in our household. We eat this at least twice a week.